Exxon Mobil, ticker symbol XOM. This was requested by one of our members. If you are a member of our channel and you give us a nice big super chat, we will cover the earnings for you. This was requested by one of our members. So Exxon Mobil earnings, ticker symbol XON, coming up in just a few minutes. And in fact, in about an hour. Do you know what? I've done all this preparation this morning and I haven't actually got the earnings deck in front of me. How about that? I've been getting everything ready and I actually have done everything other than get the earnings ready. So anyway, Exxon Mobil, I'll do it as I'm talking to you. Don't worry. I'm bringing the deck up now. We've got the earnings. We've got all the facts for you. What oil does, what oil doesn't, what we might expect today. It was a miss on Exxon. They were expecting 376 and it's a 352 miss on earnings. But a massive jump though in earnings. Huge jump in earnings. It just wasn't quite what Wall Street was expecting, but nevertheless a bloody great big jump. Anyway, already registered. Let me see if I can do this now, as I'm literally applying for the earnings deck as I speak. Whoops-a-daisy. This is an unusual one. Oh, okay. They want me to do something different. This is I've never done Exxon before, so this is a new one. But I've got to do some funny stuff. I've actually got to create an account with them, which is I don't normally have to do, but anyway, we'll do it. So just stand by. I'm just setting up the deck because if I don't do this, when the call starts, well, guess what? I won't have it. We'll just be looking at a blank screen, and you won't like that. Okay. Okay, submit. All right, enter those. Please come back here. All right, okay. So we're all set. I've got the deck laid up. We've got 55 minutes before the call begins, but I've got it laid out, so it's good stuff. It's also our last day, last chance for SpaceX. Things get very exciting next week, of course. It's going to be the biggest event ever on our channel. I'm either going to go to $2 million or get margin called, and we'll find out. Because on Tuesday, we got the earnings. So on Monday, the markets are going to be very volatile with what Elon Musk is going to say about SpaceX. Is he going to pump it? Is he going to give some news that is going to absolutely take off the stock? Is it going to short? Is it going to crush the shorters, or is it going to be an absolute field day for the shorters and go down? Either way, we're going to be prepared for it. We have all the information being prepared over the weekend for you. Also, we do have then the unlocks. We have the unlocks on Thursday. Is that going to crash the market? Is it going to bring the whole market down? As you can see, I'm up today, still up. I'm starting to beat the market more regularly again now because I'm getting lower and lower positions in my SpaceX. But we are looking to get lower again today if we can. I've got a bit more money available today. They've recalibrated my buying power. Another $900. I've got 1.1 million invested in it at the moment. But we're going to try and get a bit more if we can. Bring those averages down. Improve our situation just a little bit more. As always, we're always just trying to get a little bit better every day. Anyway, let's go to live Q&A. Let's answer some questions before I go into the facts and all the news around Exxon Mobil. All right, so let's welcome everybody here. We have our oil baron. We couldn't have an oil show without Stephen Lewandowski, right? He's our oil man. Speak to him. He tells you how to invest in oil. Ryden, good morning, ladies and gents. Pro member here. All our members are here this morning. Good morning, family. Hello, world. 76 countries in many, many languages. It's lovely to have you here, Brian. Music show tonight, of course, Friday night. Robs, good morning. Robs is now our #1 top supporter, top fan of the show. Very, very close behind is 1970 Buckley and then Vance Bango in 3rd place. These are our top 3 supporters of the channel. They have given more memberships away. They have supported the channel more, enabled us to upgrade services. There's a lot of services that we have to pay for, like all the back-end stuff that I research with, all the tools, all the earnings reports, all the data sets that we have. And our members that support the show allow us to unlock more and more bits of information and software and technologies. We can do more with our shorts. I use Opus Clips, so it clips up all the shorts, creates all these little clips for you. All these things cost money. And the support we've had from Rob Z and 1970 Buckley and Vince Bango. These are our top 3 fans by a long way. They have done so much in the last few weeks, last few days actually. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes that we've been able to unlock. Everything is just getting better and better. Anyway, morning. Oh, the Rob Z is here this morning. Good morning to you. Stephen Lewandowski, our oil baron, is here. Zach Zeit, thank God it's Friday. Crypto Savage is here. Jamie, how are you? Good morning. Slim Will is here. John Granfor from Texas. He knows all about oil. Good morning, Martyn and family, just down the road from me. Happy Friday, everyone. Andres. Nosman, Sean, I know him. He's one of my gold members. Good morning, everyone. You seen Cheist? Who else lost money on the SpaceX short squeeze to the moon? Who else lost money yesterday on the SpaceX short squeeze to the moon? Nobody. None of us lost money at all. And it did squeeze yesterday, and we did make money yesterday, and we managed to take profits and buy lower. So that statement is ridiculous. As stupid as it sounds, as stupid as it is. Good morning, Huzi 29. Good afternoon from the UK. Hello, how you doing? Good afternoon, Martyn. At 709,000, what percentage of your portfolio is now just green LEDs and camera equipment? Good afternoon, Martyn. At 709,000. What percentage of your portfolio is now just green LEDs and camera equipment? No idea. Doesn't even make sense. Good morning, everyone. Whenever you are in the world, hello. Good morning, boss. Kazansky, Exxon, analyst, talk, missed average. Murderous Monkey, good morning to you. A Patrick Black, good morning. Hi, hit that like button. It's fun and free at the same time. Good morning, Martyn, pro member here. Except you're not a pro. Oh, you're not a pro member. You haven't got a membership badge. You're not a member. What's going on with Exxon today with the earnings? Are you bullish or bearish? Am I bullish or bearish on oil? I have no real opinion on it. I don't buy oil. It's not for me. It doesn't produce anything. It just goes up and down in price. Doesn't actually produce anything. So it's not for me. I don't buy oil. But Stephen Lewandowski would go, hello, mate. I've made a lot of money and I live very well on my oil. And he's right. Good morning, afternoon. That's from Lucas. Good morning to you. Angel Byron. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Cully Mort. Tuttle Creative. Good morning, traders. Good morning, everyone. Miguel. Afternoon. New subscriber from Australia, Melbourne. Hello, mate. Good day, mate. How are you? Great to see you from Australia. I've played in Australia, done a couple of weddings in Sydney. Lovely to have you here. Sorry, I'm a Lucasade member. I meant, oh, no, Lucasade. You mean on Discord? You're a Lucasade on Discord. Yes, you are. I don't know. I don't recognise your name, MSI-D3N. I have no idea who you are. Of course, because everyone's got different names. But yeah, I'm lovely to meet you. I'll see you later on in about 2 hours and 15 minutes for our first stage event of the morning. We need a nice pump this morning on SpaceX. Yesterday was great. Yes, it was. Razgori is here. Jay, what value does the SpaceX IPO have? What value does the IPO have? Sorry, that question, you need to rephrase it. It doesn't really make any sense. Good morning, everyone. Hope is all well. Good morning, Ken Buzz. And right, if you could go back and give yourself one investing rule at the age of 20, what would it be? Nothing. Nothing at all. I've done everything I've ever wanted to do. I've got no regrets. I left home at 16. I was working since I was 6 years of age with a family band. Started earning money for myself at 10. Left home at 16. And I started investing from 17 with Barclays Bank. I had my own business when I was 16. I've traveled every country of the world, and I've done exactly what I wanted to do. I've had more of my fair share of fun than I deserve. I own my own home. I got a wonderful wife. I now have 1.1 million invested in SpaceX. I built 4 successful YouTube channels. I've got friends all over the world that I can actually call upon and go and visit and stay in their homes. I wouldn't change anything. I would do it all over again. Live your life when you're young. Do everything you can. Take risk. Live life. Don't be afraid of anything. Educate yourself, not by listening to others, by reading and studying from those that are successful, not from those that will give you free information down the pub. They don't provide any value at all. But read from successful people. Associate yourself with winners and successful people. Don't hang out with losers. If you want to be a rich person or a successful person, think like a successful person, work towards it. Don't dream about it. Just get on with it. Work harder than anyone else because you love to work. If you don't love to work, you're always going to lose. So yeah, that's what I did. That's what I do again. And I wouldn't change a thing. There you go. So no investing rules. No investing rules. Well, you've asked me a question already. I have to focus on my members, I'm afraid. Members get all their questions answered, Rick, or Reich, I think it is. Is it Rikesh? I'm not really sure. Anyway, investing rules, well, yeah. I mean, first of all, don't listen to anything on social media. Read balance sheets, do the good stuff. Read the balance sheets, understand what businesses is. 1 + 1 = 2 always. Make relationships with people that work at the business. Takes you a long time, but you can certainly do it. I've done it. I do it all over the world. Focus on value. Don't dream things should be what they want to be. They are what they are. In fact, if you'd like, I'll give you, I've got a little collection here. You seem to be asking, like, you know, what's the sort of golden rules? I've actually got a list here that's going into my book, because I'm going to publish a book, and I've got a list of quotes here that I've put together that you might find interesting. So these are all my this is my Bible, if you like. This is why what I've learned over many years, and I've put together. These are my quotes that will be in my book. This is let me give them to you because you've asked. These are my sort of top thoughts. So first one would be, when the time comes to buy, you won't want to buy. That's very often the case. People look at markets going up and they want to buy that. I look at what's going down, and when it's time to buy, you won't want to buy. That's always true. Most important, our time together will be thoughtful of the time it takes. So value time. Value the time given. Value the time taken. Don't give away your time to anybody that isn't worth it. Anyone that isn't worth it, anyone that wants to absorb your time, that doesn't provide value to others, don't give it. They're just sucking up your energy. Real money in crypto is not price, it's power. People focus on price in crypto, and it's not. It's about control and power, and you have neither. The institutions and the banks have it all. You have nothing at all. So be careful of that. Don't be in any asset where idiots reside. So if everyone down the pub is telling you to buy something and they've not really made much out of their lives and they lose and they, not doing that great, got debts, all sorts of stuff, don't listen. Would you hang out in the worst bar in town? Well, some people do. They like that. I don't. I don't want to hang out in the worst bar in town. I want to hang out with successful people. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. That was by Mark Twain. I like to use that a lot. That's not one of my thoughts, but the rest of them are. It's not about being afraid. It's about getting on with it anyway. You can be afraid. It's difficult sometimes. I mean, I'm in 1.1 million of margin, 1.1 million of SpaceX before the biggest unlock in history. And I've got everything on the line. I could lose everything. But am I afraid of it? No, because I understand the numbers. I understand what it means. But I've got managed risk. I've got calculated risk. I know how to manage it. I've got my exit planned. I've always got an exit planned. I can always escape. Whenever you go into a dangerous situation, have an exit plan. Don't just walk in blindly. Know exactly how to escape before you enter any room. So that's an important one. On average, 22 times earnings never makes any money. If you buy at 22 times earnings, it never makes any money. You wait around for years. So whenever something's overvalued, just don't buy it. Simple as that. The S&P average is not the norm. People often say, just buy the S&P and you'll make money. It's not true at all. The reason why you make money over 30 years and your granny says, see, I told you, she's not an investor, she's a saver. Money got devalued over time. That means nothing really. It's a useless bit of information. Don't risk what you have for things that you don't need. What's the point? I mean, literally, what is the point? Don't risk what you have for things you don't need. I mean, why would anyone do that? It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Why on earth would you risk things for things you don't need, for things you don't have? It doesn't make any sense, but people do it all the time. So here's some more top tips. Catch a falling knife is a fallacy. People say trying to catch a falling knife is a silly thing to do. It's the best thing to do. But what Peter Lynch was actually saying was catch a falling knife carefully. You make the most money catching a falling knife. Catching a falling knife carefully is what it's about. Saying catch a falling knife is a silly idea. It's ridiculous. It's how people make money. When everyone's buying carefree without regard for valuation, that's when you know you're in a bubble. And that's where we are now. People keep gambling, betting, making predictions. Why I'm out of the S&P. You might go, well, isn't SpaceX the most expensive asset in the world right now? And you'd be right. Actually, it's not the most expensive, but it's not far off. You'd be right. So why buy that? Well, because of where it's going, not where it is. But yeah, when no one's focused on value anymore, then you know you're in a bubble. Over the last 4 years, learning about investing, I've never learned about investing. I've learned about human behavior. Investing is common sense. I mean, I learned that at 17 with investing with Barclays Bank. I mean, it's common sense. I mean, if you're a dreamer and you just believe silly stuff and you use investing as a religion, you're somehow locked into some kind of dream of what things might be or whatever. That's just silly. But it's about studying a human behavior. Greed, selfishness, markets overbuy, markets oversell. Everyone lies and manipulates. Everyone's sponsored. We're not. I get offered money every day, 50 grand a time to sponsor stuff. I don't take it. You've never seen 100,000 channel, have you? That has no sponsorship. We have none. TV does, everyone does. We don't. That's why we have the verification tick from YouTube. We're genuine and authentic. That's why 98% of our members viewers are members, more than any channel in the world. And so, yeah, that's an important one. I study human behavior. I do not study how to invest. Investing is just common sense, really. How I make money is I'm not focusing on winning. I'm not focusing on winning at all. I'm focusing on preserving money, not losing, which means I end up winning. Now, I say to you all the time that I'm always trying to win, and I always do win. But I win by focusing on protecting money, not by winning, not by chasing profits. You've seen me the last few days. Lower my average more and more and more on SpaceX. I'm building a base. I'm selling top lots for bottom lots. I'm not trying to sell the bottom lots to make a quick profit until the time is right to do that. And there are times that it's right to do that. But I'm focusing on building rather than taking money from it. It's common sense. If you're a farmer and you buy a field and you put seed in the ground, are you constantly taking fruit off the little tiny plants, keep cutting them down, taking from them, or are you trying to grow them turn your little plants into shrubs, into trees that now produce fruit all the time. Well, obviously, but people don't. They get greedy. They put a seed in the ground. It gets a little bit, it comes out of the ground and they pull it out. They don't give it a chance to grow, develop, and so on. So I'm not focused on winning. I'm focusing on protecting my money and not losing. That's important. Fewer losses, more winners. If you never lose, you always win. I never lose, and I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to get margin called. No, I can get margin called, but I've got every exit plan, every procedure in place to protect me from it, and I'll be focusing on it. But at the end of the day, focus on never losing. Because if you never lose, your wins are far greater. You'll always have more and rise to the top if you constantly win big rather than winning big and then losing big. Just keep winning consistently. Small wins. I've had people say to me, why on earth did you put, 1.1 million in SpaceX and you've got a 60 grand lot and you sell a 60 grand lot and make $200? You risked $60, $60,000 on a lot to make $200. I didn't risk anything. I bought the business and chose to lower my lot and take a profit to get more money out to buy a lower lot. People look at that and go, it doesn't make any sense. It does to me, because always winning, always moving, always being fluid is how you reach all your goals. I proved that by working on cruise ships for 4 years and bought my house with $1 tips. $1 tips while everybody else was sat on the beach. Now I own a house which has gone up like 10x. Simple but not easy. I can tell you what to do, but most of you won't do it. It's one of the biggest stories on the show. People message me every day saying, can you help me build a YouTube channel? Can you help me? Can you do this? Can you send me some money? No, I won't do any of those things, because I've now realized that people who just constantly ask for help don't help themselves. People have got to help themselves. People that help themselves, I will help them people. Those that just ask for help all the time, give me, they're just a waste of time. Those that give, they deserve the help. But yeah, it's, anyway, you asked for those, you asked for some rules, and I gave them to you. So you're a non-member, but you were able to get some information there from me. I hope that was of use to you. That was learned from 40 years, invested with Barclays Bank from 17. Anyway, nice. So no investing rules. Those were the rules just presented to you. I hope that was of use to you. I just passed on 40 years of experience there, which will be in my book. Anyway, good response. Thank you for your insights. You are most welcome. There you go. Juan Morales, Martyn, I have a question. Why are we buying $100+ with the Robinhood app? Says it's worth 62. Hey, Martyn, I have a question. Why are we buying at $100+ when the Robin app says it's worth $62? Oh, you're talking about SpaceX, the valuation that Robinhood, that's a fair value, doesn't mean anything. The fair value doesn't mean anything. If you just go off these headlines that Robinhood provides you, you're always going to lose, because Robinhood's job is to keep you entertained, keep you engaged, keep you on the app. That doesn't mean anything. It's not useless, but you can't value your investment strategy on a fair value price. That doesn't actually mean anything. And the reason why it doesn't mean anything is, first of all, there is no way to calculate the PE ratio yet, because it doesn't exist. We've not had a publicly traded balance. We've not had a publicly traded report. We will get that on Tuesday. So these are all estimates, guesstimates, I like to call them. And they're all sponsored, paid by someone to produce them to keep you engaged on the app. So we all know that SpaceX is expensive. We all know, but we don't know exactly what yet until we have an earnings call. That's the point of a publicly traded company. Anyway, if you just tuned in, half an hour to go for the Exxon Mobil earnings. That's coming up in just half an hour. I've got some facts on Exxon in a moment. I'm just doing live Q&A for everyone, including non-members, it seems. Good day, Martyn. Learning much from you. Appreciate all you do. You're very welcome. Yes, that would be helpful. There you go. I just gave it to you. Watching lots turn green makes me happy. It's nice. I actually prefer red days because red days is when I make money. You don't make any money when it goes up. You just take profits. You make money when it goes down. I like these rules. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you. The hardest lesson for me to learn, listen to hard critics because I might be the bloody idiot. The hardest lesson for me to learn, listen to hard critics because I might be the idiot. Yeah, we're all idiots. I'm an idiot. Everyone's an idiot. We all make mistakes. And the moment you say you're not an idiot, the moment you stop learning, then you are literally a bloody idiot. And if you like to be a bloody idiot, and I've got many members who are quite happy to be a bloody idiot, go to martynlucasshop.com. I'll put it in the chat now. Let's see if it works today. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. martynlucasshop.com, and no, it didn't work this morning. It went to the wrong thing again. Oh, never mind. martynlucasshop.com. I just thought of something. I'm going to show you something now. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Let me come back over here a minute. I've just thought, I've had an idea. You're thinking, I don't even know what you're talking about. And you won't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. Let me see if this works. Right. It didn't work. Now I change it. See if it works now. Yes, I found a workaround. I found a bloody workaround. I'm really happy about that. Have I got time to do it now? I have. I've got time to do it now. Take me 10 seconds. Beauty. I found a workaround. Always learning. Always winning. Always winning. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I think that'll do. I don't usually do all of them. That'll do. There you go. I've just learned something. Right. Over on the shop, and if I press this button, it'll appear. There it is. Right. Go and look at this on here. If you go to, is it catchphrases? Catchphrases. There you go. The bloody idiot. Oh, yes. The bloody idiot. We've got a... where do I go for this? Is it more information? I've forgotten. I haven't done this for a while. There's all the sizes. Where is it? It's not that. What is it called? What is it called? Oh, well, there we go. Anyway, whatever. I'm lost on my own shop. The Bloody Idiot hoodie and T-shirt. Bloody Idiot. There you go. This is becoming quite trending now on our shop. This has been picked up by Google as well. Bloody Idiot. So if you want to get yourself a black or white or ladies' fashions, a Bloody Idiot T-shirt, there you go. Pretty cool, right? All colours. Well, I say all colours. It's only black and white. It's we've also got it licensed now. It's we've got our washing instructions, our license logo in the back of the shirt as well. Look at that, folks. There you go. It's official merchandise. So martynlucasshop.com, you can get yourself a T-shirt with that, a hoodie. The hoodies are really cool. I've got all mine on order, but I keep saying I'm going to get mine, and I keep bloody getting sidetracked and not ordering one, but I am now. This weekend, I'm ordering everything because I want it in the shop. Anyway, let's move on. We got 28 minutes to go. So there you go. Where was I up to? I was reading everyone's questions. Yes. I play the volatility of oil, says Stephen Lewandowski. Talk to him on Discord, and he'll tell you all about it. If you don't spend more than you have, you will always have money. If you, yeah. Not really, Matt Miller, because if you don't invest it and you just focus on earning and spending, your money will get devalue over time. So you want to always be an investor. Get a free phone every year. Get a free phone every year by owning Apple, not by being a spender in Apple. I get my phones for free because I own the company, right? Think of it that way. I watch Winston. He has a great... Oh, yeah, Winston's great. I do enjoy him. He's good. He's very, very good. Winston. Yeah, the little dog. Well, quite a big dog, isn't he? We cooked today. Oh, you worried? I don't know what you mean. I'm up $5,000. I'm okay. I'm feeling fine. Qualcomm looks like a huge opportunity now, says Hussein. Yes, small wins, but more often. That's right. Good morning, folks. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Become a member. There's much more of that stuff you never see for non-members. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Wonder if you could share your exit plan on Discord. Yes, of course. Absolutely. On Discord today, we've got a big plan set up for SpaceX, how we're going to get in, how we're going to get out, how we're going to protect ourselves, what the price is really going to do, who's actually going to sell. We've got all the data being prepared this weekend for you. So there's a big book and presentation coming out with SpaceX. And if you miss it, then you miss it. But it's going to be big. What's the biggest investment myth that most retail investors still believe? Right, I got to go on to the members now. I've given a lot of time to you, and you're a non-member, and my pledge is to answer all members' questions, so I have to focus on them. I'm sure you understand. Winston says that Chewy is a buy. I don't know. I reviewed it a long time ago. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. But anyway, not just an idiot, a bloody idiot. That's right. Village Market. Did the members vote for the new shirt phrase? We're doing it this morning. And it comes out on Monday, the first day of August when we're live. The new T-shirt, number 2 in the series, already sold out. We've got 72 names on the back of the shirt. All pre-booked, all done. But on Monday, as we release the T-shirt, we will bring out the September T-shirt. You can pre-order it with your name on it. $5 super chat. You can pay more and go to the top of the T-shirt if you want to. That is revealed on Monday. Good morning, Martyn. Closely watching SpaceX this morning. Are we thinking another squeeze before the weekend? I don't know at the moment. I've got, remember last night I told you there would be a push after hours last night, and I was right, wasn't I? My sources were spot on. Rotation last night, they did it last night. We went up a few percent. It went back down again, but it went up last night. We were very sure of that, and I told you that on the last stream. That was going to happen. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Liz. Will Electrum get the SpaceX plan also? Always. Brandon, you get all of my trades, everything I do, of course. Electrum gives you all of my trades 24/7 and special stage events where we spin the wheel and you can get free stock analysis. Please, any comment on Tesla SpaceX merger? Yeah, I think SpaceX is going to take over Tesla, and Tesla will go down to $80. Buy SpaceX, own Tesla. Simple as that. Holler says Chiruzo. So you're day trading. What happened to always win every trade? I do. I haven't lost on a trade for what, 3 years. I've beaten the market 3 years in a row. And if you want me to, league critic, what happened to always win every trade? I do. And I'll prove it to you. You ready? I can say it, of course, and I can just make up stuff, can't I? But what if every single member of this channel tells you I'm telling the truth? Shall we test it? All right. So for the benefit of League Critic, who's a non-member, so you're day trading now. What happened to always win every trade? Okay. Let's see if I have one. So guys, over the last few years, have I beaten the market 3 years in a row, 3 and 4x? Have I? If the answer is yes, write yes. If no, I'm a liar, say no, I'm a liar. Have you seen all my trades? Have I been winning all the time? Have I sold for losses? Am I losing money? Am I down? I am down. Of course, I am down. Well, I'm not down overall, actually, and I'm up on the year, and I'm beating the S&P again this year. But have I won all my trades? Have I shared all my trades? Are they all winning trades? All right, so for the benefit of Lee Critic, who's trying to make me look silly, and that's absolutely fine, I welcome it. Let's see if he's right or I'm right. Let's see who's right. Anyway, happy morning. Great stuff. Look forward to Monday. Did you see Tesla is looking to sell its China side before the SpaceX deal? I haven't got any thoughts on that. That's interesting. Good morning, Martin. I'm with you all the way. Lucielle, good morning to you. Silver Star, LOL Alex, Steve ZBCN. I am in an average of 112. Looking to see if 118 today. Yeah, dead right. That's what we're all doing. All the Lucas A Discordians, we're all doing exactly the same strategy, and we're all winning together. So when you ask me if I'm always winning, you should be asking if all my members are always winning as well. And you should be asking if all the Discordians are winning and the Lucasades are winning, because they're all winning as well, by the way. Amazon's flying today after the earnings yesterday. Yes, lots of upgrades on Amazon. Oh, we got a comment here. Oh, you can't do it until Monday. You can't do it until Monday.
At Slim Valuk tipped £5 through Super Chat. Can you put my name on the September t-shirt, please, Martin Slim Wilson?
You can't do it until Monday. There's literally hundreds of people who want to be on the t-shirt for September. You can't do it until I announce it on Monday. There'll be a countdown. I will count down 10, 9, and it's the first 70. You can't do it today. You can't jump the gun. I'm sorry, Slim. There's hundreds of people wanting to have their name on the September shirt, and you can't do it until Monday when the August shirt comes out, and that's already sold out, and then we release the new one. Good try, but no. You can't do it just yet, all right? Good try. I like that. I'm so excited for Monday. It's going to be absolutely huge. And we've got all colors now, all sizes, ladies' fashions and men's fashions, all licensed products with it in the back of the collar. Everyone who does a $5 super chat gets their name on it, gets $5 off the t-shirt as well. You get your money back, right? And it sells out every time. So number 3 will be out on Monday. Number 2 is ready to buy on Monday. Number 3 is ready to pre-order on Monday. Okay, it's the first opportunity of the month. So you can't jump the queue yet, Slim. Oh, I like the energy, though. I like it. It's going to be absolutely mental on Monday. These are collector's pieces. There are 70 each time with the names on it. I think it's 72, isn't it? 72. Is it 72 names? I think it's 72 names, yeah. And that's it. No one else can get on it. Anyway, I sold my Amazon this morning. I'm a member with Martin. Always win. I can contest to it. There you go. Martin wins. Simple. There you go. There's all the yeses. So congratulations for trying to spam the channel, troll the channel. And what you've actually done is strengthened the channel, made yourself look an arse, and everyone knows that you're probably the same person that comes in every day who you have no power here. Try and go and troll somebody else, because anyone who trolls our channel, you have no power here. Yeah, it's all gone. There is no power here at all. You're losing all the time. We're winning all the time. And if you want to make yourself feel better, try and troll someone else and to make yourself feel better. You just strengthen us all the time. As you can see, the community is solid as a rock. The Lucasades are reliable, dependable. They always win. The Electra members, the Newsies, all of them. All right. What's your opinion on Ray Dalio and his thesis? We'll understand if you don't want to comment. Bless morning. Ray Dalio, he's got a lot to say. I don't know what you're referring to. So I don't really know. He's telling the truth. Yes, 1,000 yeses. Good morning, Martin. Love the rules. Now looking forward to the exit plan on Discord. Yeah. Martin, see Discord message. It's important. Thanks. AC. Oh, okay. ACH. I don't know who you are on Discord. Oh, ACH199. Okay. You've sent me a message. Okay. Right, there's a message. Hi, I liked... what have we got here? I received like 2 people writing me. I think it's not you. That's right. I don't ever message you. That was part of your onboarding video, part of your sign up video for Discord. We explain it all to you. Absolutely. I never do it. Are you actually a member? You've sent me a friend request. I can't accept your friend request because I don't think you're a member on Discord. I don't think you've joined. That's why you're getting scammed and that's why people are messaging you. Yeah, you're not ACHGTI. You're not a member on Discord. You've applied for Discord, you've been accepted, but you haven't chosen a membership and your membership is about to expire in the next hour. In fact, it's flagged to expire now. Yeah. I'm Martyn, happy to be here. Yeah, you haven't done anything. I've processed you yesterday and yeah, I've now got to reply to you and say your account is about to expire. You never chose a membership. So I'm afraid you're going to get attacked by spammers and bots because you're not in the Lucasade. You're not in any protection from us. You're not on the server. You don't see anything. You've got no access. So the information's above. It's all there, but you haven't acted on it. So I can't help you, I'm afraid. So yeah, I'm going to say now to you, I'm going to send this to you and say, here we go, Discord. Your application's about to expire and it's about to expire in the next hour. And that's it. It cannot be undone. When I click this button, there you go. The clock is ticking. That's to protect our members because you haven't secured yourself. People are attacking you and that could get to our members. So we can't allow that. So that's your answer there. Okay. You wanted me to answer your question straight away? I've answered it. Okay. Do you think SpaceX will rally up next week? Well, we're going to break it all down for our members shortly. What time does Discord today, Matt? Discord is always at the same time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Right. Okay. Martyn always wins. Yeah. Trump live on Fox. Okay. We're covering the Exxon earnings, so we can't do that. You can go and watch it. Right. Okay. Here we go. Because someone's scamming me. How can I enter? What do you mean? I've given you all the links. You've got the application. You've answered the questions. I've given you all the links. Okay, on my first... Okay, I'm on the first 2. It was worth a try. Okay, I'm on the first 2. He's thinking, I don't want to miss it.
At Slim Valuk tipped £2 through Super Chat. Okay, I'm on the first 2. It was worth a try. Smiley face emoji.
Yeah.
Smiley face emoji.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good. What I have to do, it's all in there. I'm not going to go over it again because I've now got to assume that you're trying to scam me, you see? I've got to assume now you're one of my trolls trying to get me to engage with you. You've got all the information. And look, I'll even leave you a voicemail. I'm going to give you one more chance, right? I mean, I have to assume that you're, having a joke with me now, obviously. So here we go. Hi there, ACH. I'm on YouTube, but I'm talking to you now in Discord. If you have, all the links are above to join the server. The information is there. The video is there, tells you how to do it. If you still can't do it, open a ticket inside the server and our admin, William, will help you. I can't offer any more support because you are not a member of the channel or a member of Discord, and I'm doing everything I can to assist you, but that's as far as I can go. Thank you very much. There you go. I've just sent you a message on Discord. And all the information is there for you. It's just, it's there. If you don't watch it, don't listen to it, I can't do no more. All right, so there we go. Right, so here we go. Exxon Mobil earnings. I was referring to Dalio's thesis of diversification with other assets. Oh, no. No. Remember, he's got a self-interest, Ray Dalio, of course, and I'll answer it very quickly. The money, the power. Ray Dalio is the money. He's the power. You're not. I'm not. They are always there to sell their narrative. They're there to control the market. So you always got to understand that, where they're coming from. They're not there to help you. He's not your best mate. And diversification is great for them. It's not good for you. Diversification is great in principle, in a childlike principle. Just buy everything. But then, you can't lose. Well, that's not what money does. Real money knows what it wants to buy and buys with conviction. If you just buy everything, you've got no conviction. You don't know what you own. You can't control anything. You're just throwing money at the system for the system to make money for itself. So being diversified in principle is not a bad idea, but just buying everything when someone tells you to buy everything is only good for them. I've proved that to you. If you follow the show for 4 years, 5 years, I've proved it to you. I've beaten the market 3 and 4x, 3 or 4 years in a row, by not just buying everything, by not just being all in the S&P. The S&P is great. It's the best advice you could give somebody who's passive, who just wants to save. Nothing wrong with buying the S&P at the right time, though. If you just buy it every single week, every single month, yes, you'll be up in 30 years because money got devalued. But you left billions on the table. You missed every macro event. So being diversified and telling people that don't understand to buy everything and just stay in the market and just buy the S&P is what money does. It controls you, controls the market. Let's all just stay invested. That's not what Ray Dalio's doing. Ray Dalio doesn't buy everything. He's not fully diversified. I'll have everything. It's utter nonsense, and no one with money does that. So anyway, there you go. If that's what you're talking to, that is the answer. Anyway, so let me show you what conviction actually looks like. So I've been in the market 3 and 4x, three and 4 years in a row. No one's done that. There's not one hedge fund manager's done that. Warren Buffett hasn't done that. And it's all fact checked. Everyone here will tell you it's true and so on and so forth. No one's done that. Okay. That's no crypto, no options, no shorts. Buying great value at the right time. Always using all the tools of the trade, talking directly with the sources. I share it all with you on Discord and YouTube Electrum. Everyone fact checks that. Everyone can verify that is the truth. So let me show you. I am $1.1 million in one stock, SpaceX, most overvalued, expensive, volatile stock in history, with the biggest unlock in history. And yet I'm all in it. And I'm down on it. And when you're in margin, you amplify going down. You amplify going down, okay? Because when it goes down double. So you'd say that I should be behind the market. I should be way behind everything, wouldn't you? Well, let's have a look, shall we? If we look at the S&P 500, the S&P 500 year to date is rubbish. Now, the president will tell you it's the best ever, it's the greatest ever. It's rubbish. It's below every other market around the world. Emerging markets, India, Africa, everywhere, Europe, everywhere is beating America now. 8% is rubbish. It's below average. That's where the S&P is. It's gone sideways for months. It's going down, actually. Okay? That's the S&P. Let's see how I compare to the S&P. Now, bearing in mind, I'm down at the moment, and I'm amplified down because I'm all in with 1.1 million on SpaceX. So I'm losing money double. Let's see where I am on my stocks this year, year to date. That's SpaceX, beg your pardon. Year to date, stocks and ETFs. Year to date, I'm up 5%. So I am doubly down because of margin. So without margin, I'm up 10%. I've beaten the market. Now I'm below the market, so you're going to say, and you're right, it's absolutely accurate. I am behind the market at the moment. But considering I've got $1.1 million in SpaceX and it's all in margin and it's all down, I should be down like bloody 20%. But I'm actually still up on the year to date by 5%. And only last night, I was up like 20% because it's that volatile because I'm in margin. So not too bad, right? So that's what buying with conviction looks like. It's not about being diversified and owning everything. That's utter nonsense. Right, we've got the Exxon Mobil in 8 minutes. Let's get ready. Let me update the deck. This is oil. We're talking oil this morning. There it is. There's the Exxon earnings, ready to rock and roll. We're about to cover it for you. Please stand by. So let me give you the build up. Exxon Mobil earnings. Here it comes. Are you ready? Everyone tap the like button. Get ready for oil. We need to know about the oil. Where's it going next? How are we making money? This is underpinning. People go, oh, it's boring. I don't watch earnings. That's why you lose money. That's why I always win. Earnings is what it's all about. You learn from you're literally getting the chance now to hear from the CEO of the most powerful companies in the world. Oh, I don't want that. I want to go and talk to my mate down the pub. I want to go on Reddit. Go off you go then. I'm here. The investors are all here. So Exxon Mobil earnings just moments away. We're covering it live. You are now getting to hear from the CEO of the company, direct from Exxon. A lot of people say, I'm not interested in this. I'm going to go onto Reddit and X. I'm going to go and talk to my mate down the pub. We're not doing that. We're talking directly. I pick up the phone and talk to these people. And now we're going to listen to the CEO live on the show from Exxon Mobil. Exxon Mobil's earnings remain highly sensitive to oil and natural gas prices. Fact, higher commodity prices generally increase upstream earnings, while lower prices reduce them. This is a fundamental part of Exxon Mobil's business model and is repeatedly discussed in its earnings materials. We're getting ready to bring it to you now. Exxon Mobil has continued investing heavily in Ghana and the Permian Basin. I have told you the Permian Basin in Texas is where we're going next. What is that stock I often talk about? One of my favorite stocks, Texas Pacific Land. That's where the money's going. And I often talk about it on the show. How do I know? Because I know lots of oil barons in Texas. And I talk to them. The company consistently identifies these as two of its lowest cost, highest return production areas and expects them to remain key growth drivers. We often talk about the Permian Basin on the show. Number 3. Exxon Mobil returns significant cash to shareholders. Fact, dividends and share buybacks remain a central part of Exxon's capital allocation strategy. Recent quarters have continued this approach. We're going to find out and update the numbers in 5 minutes from now. Geopolitical tensions in the Middle East have increased oil price volatility. Fact, conflict involving Iran has contributed to periods of higher crude prices because markets price in the risk of supply chain disruptions.
I can't believe
it doesn't
this.
actually earn any money. It's
Apex
risk.
Let's Plays has become a member.
We got a new member. And an extra member, you will get all of my trades now 24/7. You'll never miss a trade that I make. All the information I get direct from the sources, you will get it. And as you've joined now, AKS, you will never, ever pay more ever for your membership. There's a price freeze. No price increase ever. No inflation ever. So every year, your membership will get cheaper and cheaper and less expensive. That is a promise I make to you today, and you can take it to the bank. In 20 years from now, you'll be paying less than you are today, because today you've locked in the price. We've got a price lock at the moment. Right now, you have locked in your price forever. It'll never go up for you. How about that? Nice little surprise, right? You didn't know that when you bought it today, did you? Right, we always over-deliver and undersell. And you get 2-stage events a week wherever possible, and where we can do free stock analysis for you as an Electra member. You've locked that in for the rest of your life. Number 5, the Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most strategically important oil shipping routes. Fact, any disruption or perceived threat to shipping through that strait typically causes traders to reassess global supply risk, increasing market volatility. It's not about what the oil is worth, it's about the risk placed upon it. We've got 3 minutes to go. Number 6 out of 10. Higher oil prices do not automatically translate into higher profits. People often talk about that, and it's not the case. The fact is, production interruptions, transportation issues, refining margins, and operating costs also influence earnings. Exxon noted operational impacts alongside stronger commodity prices. Understand that. You don't always make money when oil prices goes up. Exxon Mobil emphasizes operational discipline rather than trying to predict oil prices. Important fact, management regularly focus on execution costs, reductions, efficient operations, and long-term investment instead of making short-term oil price forecasts. They don't do it. Number 8, if geopolitical tensions worsen, and they will, by the way, they will. I've told you there's no deal and it's going to get worse. That's where SpaceX comes in. We know what's going on with the whole Golden Dome. That's why I'm 100% in SpaceX. Oil prices could remain elevated. They will. Possibility, not a certainty. Should conflict further disrupt production or shipping, tighter supply could support higher crude prices. However, the extent and duration cannot be predicted with certainty, but I predict it will be. Number 9, if tensions ease and supply normalizes, oil prices could moderate. Possibility, energy market forecasts indicate that increased production and restored shipping can put downward pressure on crude prices. It can. And finally, number 10, before we go to the earnings call, live with the CEO of Exxon Mobil. Investors will likely focus on management's outlook more than the headline earnings number. Fact. It's about market behavior. During earnings calls, analysts typically pay close attention to commentary on production, capital spending, costs, refining margins, shareholder returns, and management's assessment of market risk and conditions, as these can influence market reactions beyond the reported figures. This is what's most important. Right, we are 30 seconds to go. Let's go into the earnings call. Expect them to be late. They always are. Let me mute this. That's the audio we don't want to come across. There we go. I'm just muting it for a moment. As it begins, stand by. Here we go. Exxon Mobil, I'll bring you all the prices, keep you updated. Everyone tap the like button if you want to share out a channel that is honest, true, reliable, here for you. The bell has just gone as well. We're going to cover the prices of the market. Here we go. We're going to keep our eye on SpaceX. I've got 1.1 million invested, 700,000 just in my brokerage position. All right, we're going down. We're looking to buy more Exxon. Here we go. Sorry, more SpaceX.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Exxon Mobil's earnings call. Today's call is being recorded. We appreciate you joining us. I'm Jim Chapman, and I'm joined by Darren Woods, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Neil Hansen,
believe this.
Senior Vice President and Chief Financial
Hayseed
Officer.
69 has become a member.
This quarter's presentation and
Any members who join, you lock in your membership price for life. A price lock is on
this quarter's
the memberships
release,
forever. It'll actually get less expensive over time. Best time ever to become a member of our channel.
Including comments on our long-term plans, which are subject to risks and uncertainties. Please read our cautionary statement on slide 2. You can find more information on the risks and uncertainties that apply to any forward-looking statements in our SEC filings on our website. We also provide supplemental information at the end of our earnings slides, which are also posted on our website.
I'm buying SpaceX.
And now I'll turn it over to Darren for opening remarks.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Unfortunately, as all of you are aware, the conflict
New
in the Middle East
all-time low
continued to the second quarter, impacting our employees, partners, and operations in the region. I want to begin this morning by recognizing the service of the men and women engaged in the conflict and the hardships being endured and losses suffered by those in the region. They remain at the forefront of our thoughts, and we continue to pray for a quick resolution. As a company, we remain committed to mitigating the global impact by maximizing production and providing the energy and products essential to modern life. While we didn't anticipate the current situation, we were prepared for it. In our markets, disruption is inevitable. Establishing globally diverse production at scale across value chains built on a foundation of durable advantages provides a robust platform for creating value through price cycles and market disruptions. The second quarter demonstrates the strength of our approach. Despite the temporary loss of approximately 10% of our upstream production, we delivered exceptional financial results, including industry-leading earnings of $14.5 billion and cash flow from operations of $23.6 billion. Performance was strong across the company. In the upstream, excluding the Middle East, we delivered our highest production volumes in more than 2 decades. In energy products, our integrated U.S. Gulf Coast refining operations ran reliably as global diesel supply tightened. The business delivered record second quarter diesel production, helping meet market needs. In chemical products, our North American facilities, with advantaged feed and record first-half reliability, helped meet the shortfall in supply caused by disruptions in the Middle East, driving a roughly 180% increase in chemical product margins versus the first quarter. In specialty products, our integrated approach down the value chain, reformulation capabilities, global footprint, and strong execution help meet customer needs despite significant supply challenges, delivering best-ever base stock margins and record quarterly and first-half adjusted earnings. Guyana remains one of the clearest examples of our advantage growth. In the quarter, Guyana delivered gross production volumes of approximately 900,000 barrels per day. Urea-Witu, our 5th FPSO, set sail toward Guyana in June and remains on track for startup by the end of the year. The next major step in Guyana's continued development. Longtail is on the path toward final investment decision, and we are evaluating the potential for a 9th FPSO. The success of this development has set a new standard for the industry, and frankly, has exceeded our own expectations. Delivering on tight schedules at industry-leading cost with strong reliability and optimized production has resulted in recovering our capital and costs nearly 2 years earlier than anticipated, increasing NPV and desaturating the cost bank. This is great news, but as a result, our volume entitlements will change, as reflected in our 2030 plan.
8543 has become
As
a member.
always, our focus remains on value, not volume. Turning to the Permian, this quarter we set another production record of more than 1.8 million oil equivalent barrels per day. More importantly, we continued to improve recovery and lower capital costs through new technologies deployed at scale. Our industry-leading acreage position supports extended reach development, including 4-mile laterals that drive superior capital efficiency. In the first half of the year, we drilled more than 80 4-mile wells, supported by our Houston-based remote operations center and real-time data that helps ensure safe, efficient, and effective execution. During the quarter, we had to work through some complex conditions. Logistics were tight, supply chains were constrained, and customers were short of critical products. Our global trading and supply chain organization put our new operating model to work, optimizing feedstock and product placement, balancing supply across regions, and responding to localized disruptions. Those actions kept our operations running and customers supplied, and helped avoid roughly $750 million in annual disruption cost through advanced modeling, fleet reallocations, product reformulations, and alternate supply sources. At the same time, we continue to make progress on our transformation. On July 1st, we integrated upstream operations into our global operations organization, bringing together approximately 31,000 employees across more than 150 sites in 48 countries. This is an industry-first operating model. The objective is clear: make the most of what we have while raising the standard for safe, reliable, and efficient performance across all our assets. With this new organization, we expect to deliver improved margins and industry-leading operations excellence, improving safety, reliability, maintenance costs, and turnarounds across the portfolio. We are also advancing our enterprise-wide process and data platform transformation. As I've said before, this is redesigning end-to-end processes and connecting data, transactions, in decision-making across every business, geography, and function. Early deployments have gone well, building a strong foundation for larger rollouts in 2027. The work is already simplifying processes, improving line of sight, and replacing fragmented reporting with more consistent enterprise data. As it progresses, it will help us learn and act faster, better leverage our scale, and accelerate the adoption and value of AI. The value of this transformation is showing up in our results. Cumulative structural cost savings have increased to $16.3 billion since 2019, with centralized organizations contributing nearly half of the year-to-date savings. Financially, this was a strong quarter, with more than $14 billion of earnings, more than $17 billion of free cash flow, and a more than $7 billion reduction in net debt. That strength allows us to keep investing in advantaged opportunities, return surplus cash to shareholders, and maintain one of the strongest balance sheets in industry. Cash capital expenditures were roughly $7 billion, and we returned more than $9 billion to shareholders through dividends and share repurchases. Finally, in the quarter, shareholders overwhelmingly supported redomiciling Exxon Mobil from New Jersey to Texas, which we completed on July 1st. The move aligns our legal home with our headquarters and where we have operated for more than 3 decades, while providing a stable, predictable, and efficient governance framework that supports sound decision-making, long-term value creation, and shareholder rights. I want to thank our shareholders for their support and the quality dialogue we had across the year's engagements. Stepping back, the second quarter was shaped by disruption, but defined by execution. The market benefit was real, and so was the value created by the choices we have made over many years to strengthen the portfolio, lower our cost structure, and improve how we operate through deeper integration and technology-enabled execution. That is the point of our transformation. We are building a company that can perform through disruption and deliver superior long-term shareholder value across cycles. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. Before we move to Q&A, 2 things to note. First, as a reminder, the investor section of our website provides further data on our results and operations, and we encourage investors to take a look. And second, I want to highlight that we plan to publish our annual Global Outlook in September, a comprehensive report detailing our latest views on global energy demand and supply through 2050, which forms the basis of our long-term business planning. So with that, we can move to Q&A. As a reminder, we ask each participant to keep it to 1 question. An operator will ask you to please open the line.
So I just bought more SpaceX. I shared it on my YouTube Electrum members. They all see all my trades 24/7, and my Discord members. It's been shared as well. Just bought a new all-time low for SpaceX. Shared in the right places. Thank you.
The first question comes from Steve Richardson of Evercore.
Hey, good morning. Darren, I was wondering if we could start on Guyana. Obviously, what we've all known is a really high-quality project. Can you just talk about this desaturation point, obviously in light of cost, performance, and higher commodity price, and maybe just how the timing compares to maybe what your previous expectations were? Also curious if we could talk a little bit about exploration. There's a mention in the disclosure about using AI tools and generating prospects. I think people are also curious about what the exploration outlook in Guyana is, particularly as you think about parts of the block that maybe are underexplored close to the maritime boundary.
Sure. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for your question. I think, as you point out, it's a real success story in what we've achieved in Guyana, delivering, frankly, the production units faster than we had originally anticipated at a lower cost, running those assets above the investment basis. And then obviously the market prices have been higher than our base assumption. So all that means more cash sooner, which is good for the project, good for NPV, good for Guyana and the people of Guyana. Obviously, we recover our costs back faster and therefore desaturate quicker. which is a good story. And I would say that was a moving target as prices, manifested themselves as we delivered those units and continued to grow production. We kept updating it, and then based on price forecast, our assessment would happen later this year, early into next year, and that's obviously come forward now with where prices have been. So I think a really good news story. With respect to exploration, I think, too, another good news story. We obviously have a large chunk of acreage which is in force majeure waiting for the ultimate ruling from the International Court of Justice on the Venezuela dispute, when we'll see what happens there. We feel there's an opportunity then to start shooting seismic and understand what that acreage potentially holds. And we've got more work to do in the acreage that we've already shot and the work that we've been doing. I think Neil Chapman had mentioned at a prior conference this year that we've really put a lot of effort into artificial intelligence and training models based on what we found already, all the drilling that we've done, the characterization of that subsurface, and have unleashed that in the rest of the block and have 4 new discovery opportunities above and beyond what we thought were opportunities. So we're optimistic there. Obviously, a lot more work to do to confirm those, but I think, our view is we're not done yet in Guyana, and we continue to see a really bright future there.
Maybe Darren, just to add to the comments in Guyana, I think this reinforces why we are the partner of choice, especially for developments of this scale. And if you look at the desaturation, and Darren mentioned the price impact, but even if you took out that price impact, we saw a 2-year acceleration of our investment recovery. And those go back to the things that we mentioned. The ability to execute these projects at industry-leading cost and schedule, running the FPSOs at above 98% reliability, optimizing, being able to produce at 100,000 barrels a day above the investment basis. So even without the price impact, we're seeing accelerated recovery of our investment. And as Darren mentioned in his opening remarks, this is about value, not volume. And going forward, we're going to see 2 times the level of free cash flow in 2030 than we saw in 2025. So again, just speaks to the tremendous success that we're seeing in Guyana.
Thanks very much.
The next question comes from Neil Mehta of Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, thank you so much. Darren, just love your perspective on the business that you spent a lot of time growing up in on the refining system. It's obviously the bottleneck in the petroleum system right now, and margins are exceptionally high. So two perspectives on that. One is, how do you see the situation evolving as you think about the product? And then Neil Hansen, that's probably a question for you on the quarter itself. It did feel like relative to some of the independents, the refining earnings were a little softer than I would have thought. And so maybe it was more a timing or operational things, but how do you see that progressing as we move into the third quarter?
Yeah, good morning, Neil. I'll start and then hand it over to the other Neil. As I mentioned this morning, we are a very large refinery, much larger than any of the other IOCs. In fact, we're the number 2 in size in the world, behind China, and outside of China, we are the largest refinery. So we've got a good footprint. And as you know, we've spent the last 10 years really focused on optimizing that portfolio, divesting refineries that we didn't feel like we could move to the left of the cost of supply curve, and then investing in those refineries that we felt like had long-term strategic value and high grading the yield on those refineries. So today we have a portfolio that will be very successful in low margin environments, and then obviously in higher margin environments, even more successful. And the organization is now very focused on, in the short term, with these significant constraints in product flow, maximizing production and getting the most needed products to the market and meeting customer demands where it's such a critical need today that's not being met. I see that, frankly, the challenge here is obviously with the Strait closed, we've got about roughly 3 million barrels a day of capacity that's not available to the marketplace. China has stopped exporting. There's another couple million barrels a day of refinery capacity that is not available to the market. And then, of course, Ukraine's been pretty effective at taking Russia refinery capacity out. And so another million barrels a day or so of Russian refining capacity that in the past was providing product to the broader market. So with all those, that supply out, we're well below available capacity, frankly, that I've ever seen. If you exclude COVID, where there was no demand, I've never seen the available capacity relative to demand as low as it is today. It's going to take a while for the industry to kind of climb its way out of that hole. And so from our perspective, we think we're going to continue to see a very robust refining market with very high margins. And of course, our job will be to continue to push as hard as we can to maximize production and try to meet that need, because we do recognize that these high margins lead to high product prices, which we also know has a significant impact on consumers and people's pocketbook. So we're doing our best to put as much product out there as we can, and I think you see that in the results. I'll just touch on the mix issue and what you're seeing at other refiners versus Exxon Mobil. Nobody has the portfolio that we have. Nobody has the mix that we have. Nobody has the geographic footprint. So there's a lot more mix and variability that kind of happens around the market than maybe a standalone U.S. Refiner or some of these more narrowed refinery companies. But with that, let's see if Neil's got anything else to add.
Yeah, let me maybe, before I get to your question on the quarter, Neil, talk a little bit about the energy products business. And you look at what we've done over time in terms of investments in our refining capacity, improving the complexity and taking advantage of the scale of our footprint, the portfolio high grading that we've done, and then the day-to-day efforts that we put into place to optimize throughput and capacity, and all those things combined with a growing capability in trading really has resulted in a step change in earnings in that business and energy products. In fact, if you look at the contribution from energy products to our overall business line earnings, it's gone from about 9% to about 23% in the last 5 years. So that increase just speaks to the investments we made. It speaks to how well we're running, and speaks to the trading capability that we've built. And operationally, we ran really well in the quarter. You look at the U.S. Gulf Coast refineries, the reliability exceeded 95% in the quarter. So again, we feel really good about what we've done to strengthen that business over time and how we operated in the second quarter. I think when you look at the quarter relative to consensus, I think some of that is, as Darren talked about, I mean, there are a lot of moving parts, especially with the volatility and the disruption that we saw. So I think that had an impact on projecting some of those refining margins, but no underlying concerns with how that business has performed, and we're benefiting from the investments and how well we're operating in energy products.
Yeah, very clear. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Arun Jayaram with J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for taking my question. Darren, I was wondering if you could help us understand what you're seeing on the ground in terms of the Strait of Hormuz. Perhaps you could highlight what you saw in July, just given the disruption impacts. And I guess my overall question as well, wanted to see how you're thinking about with your partner, Exxon's intention to invest in the repair of the two Qatar LNG trains. If you've come up with your partner on the plans to repair those facilities.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, Arun. Thanks for your question. I don't think I have a lot of additional perspective on the ground with respect to what's happening in the Strait. I think it's fairly well covered in the media, and frankly, any discussions I tend to have with the administration is more focused on our perspective of the market and the implications of the constrained supply and how that will manifest itself. I will say, as a big supplier in the marketplace, it is ultimately down to the shipping companies and the crews on those ships to make those transits. And I think the more volatility there is, the more back and forth with respect to disruptions and attacks, you create more uncertainty, more concern, and therefore less willingness to transit. So I think there's going to be a continued inhibition for movement, which will, even once we get things cleared up, I think it'll take some time for folks to gain some confidence there to continue to ramp things back up to a very high level. And frankly, we're prepared for that with respect to what we're trying to do. With respect to the broader question, our presence there and the work that we're doing with Qatar, I just come back to the medium to long-term fundamentals, which, the world needs the resources in that region, and it needs to have the strait opened and transiting back at levels it was prior to this conflict. And so we're convinced that that will come to be at some point in the future. And I can't really predict when it'll happen or exactly what it will look like. I just know that it's too critical to the overall health of world economy and for people's to meet people's standards of living, to have that disrupted for perpetuity. So it will come back. It will be needed. We've got a long relationship there. We value the partnerships we have. We're in dialogue with Qatar Energy. I think we have a significant role that we can play to bring our expertise to help expedite the repairs. We're in discussions with QE about that, and frankly looking for the best approach there, where obviously Qatar Energy and the people of Qatar benefit, and Exxon Mobil benefits as well. And so I think the one thing I would say about our long-standing relationship with Qatar Energy is they recognize the importance of win-win solutions, and certainly are very focused on how we figure out the path forward here to get production back on and flowing as soon as we're able to.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Devin McDermott of Morgan Stanley.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my question.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Darren, you highlighted, really strong non-Middle East upstream production in the quarter, the highest in over 2 decades. You talked a little bit before about Guyana, and one of the other drivers of growth is the Permian. You had volumes hit 1.8 million BOE a day in the quarter, in line with your full-year guide. I know that this year marked a big step up in some of the use of advanced proppant and other new technology. And I was wondering if you could just give us an update on how that's progressing versus expectations, typically as it relates to capital efficiency and recoveries that you're seeing there across the basin.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the question, Devin. And you touched on, I think, one of the really important variables there, which is all the progress we're making with respect to the technology portfolio. We've been talking for some time now that we've got 40+ technology developments that we're working and have been going out and trialing in the field. And the value of those technologies are most of them are stackable, so that you keep building on the success and drive more and more recovery, fewer wells, so less capital. And I'd tell you that that portfolio continues to exceed expectations for the technologies that are successful. So I put out a challenge back in 2018 for doubling recovery. We have an opportunity set that will do more than that, and when you risk it for all the uncertainties associated with that portfolio, we're getting really close to that objective, and it's just a function of continuing to deploy those technologies and getting it to a critical mass to where it's transparent to the rest of the market as we continue to bring them into new production, new wells. So feel really good about that. I'm really confident in what the team's doing. A lot of energy and motivation by the technology organization and our Permian organization to deploy the technology and to see the benefits of that. So we're more than on track.
Yeah, I think, Darren, maybe just to add to that, I mean, there is a lot of excitement around the technology that's being developed and will be deployed. But I think you can easily look past the expertise and the technology that's already being used in the Permian. You look at things like extended reach laterals. I mean, we're leading the Permian in long lateral development. I think in the opening remarks we mentioned 83 4-mile wells that we've drilled year to date. But if you look back and you look at all the Permian producing wells since 2020, anything above 3 miles or longer, we have 1,200 wells. I think our nearest competitor is around 400, and you would have to go to the next 6 competitors to get to that same level of 1,200. So you look at the extended reach laterals, surfactants, AI, machine learning, all of that is contributing to very strong performance, even before we start to deploy some of these other technologies.
That's great. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
The next question comes from Doug Leggett of Wolfe Research.
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. Darren, I hate to beat on Guyana, but good morning. I wonder if I could come back to Guyana on a couple of clarification points, or maybe more than that, perhaps. So I think there's some confusion between production entitlement and free cash flow. Maybe it's for Neil, but I wonder if you could just opine on, although your production entitlement goes down, what happens to your free cash flow? That's my first kind of part of that. And then I guess I can't help but notice Phase 9 is now part of the story. What is your latest thinking on gross production sustainability through the end of the decade, and maybe a little beyond that? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Doug, and good morning. I'll let Neil talk a little bit about the free cash flow portion of the question. I would just say, we're going through our plan process currently, which we will finalize as we get to the end of the year and then come out and talk about it as part of our corporate plan update. And as part of that, every year we revisit, what are the opportunities, what progress have we made, how has our thinking developed? And indeed, one of the things that we now see an opportunity for is this ninth FPSO, and really take advantage of what we've done with Longtail to replicate that and get some significant capital advantages to apply. And so our view is that's looking promising. Haven't finalized that, obviously, but we're progressing it, and it looks pretty attractive at this stage. I think longer term, we've got more work to do. As I mentioned, and it's responding to one of the earlier questions, there's a lot of acreage yet to fully take advantage of, and so we're continuing exploration, continuing to look for opportunities. I mentioned that with some of the AI tools that we've trained with what we've already found in the drilling we've done. We've seen some new opportunities to explore that we hadn't previously identified. So I would tell you the tape hasn't run out on this play yet, and we're going to continue to evaluate that and see what we can get from it. But I mean, you can rest assured the organization is very focused on maximizing the value of that acreage for the benefit, obviously, of Exxon Mobil, but more importantly for Guyana, the government of Guyana, the people of Guyana. But I'll let Neil talk a little bit about the free cash flow question.
Yeah, let me try to answer your question, Doug. So again, as we mentioned, at this point, we've fully recovered the $55 billion of investment along with all the operating costs. And the way the contractor agreement works is we can recover that investment up to 75%. After that, the remaining production is shared 50-50 between us and the government of Guyana. And so if you think about, if you just stop today and there's no additional investment, then more of your production and revenue is going to flow towards cash flow, again, shared between us and the government of Guyana. The reality is we have more investment. To the extent we have the investment come in and operating costs, it'll still go into the cost bank. We'll still recover that at that 75% cap. But there's much less investment to recover, and given the level of production that we're at, you're unlikely to see that cost bank obviously be full again, and so you'll just have more cash flow above your investment and above the operating costs. Now, that obviously is a question of what you think price is going to do going forward, in addition to the investment and cost that we'll be putting into the cost bank. So hopefully that helps, but we would anticipate, and I think we showed that in the slides, that now that we've reached full recovery of that significant investment, more of our revenues will go towards cash flow, free cash flow, versus recovering cost and investment. Hopefully that helps, Doug.
So, Neil, just to be clear, so is it fair to characterize this as an inflection in free cash flow then, as opposed to a decline in production entitlement?
It's
is that a reasonable way to frame it?
It's very much an inflection into free cash flow. Absolutely. And this, for us, Doug, and I assume for you as well, this is about value. It's not about volume, right? Even though there's a slight decline in the entitled volume, the focus we have is on the value that we've created for ourselves and for the government of Guyana. And at this point, there's an inflection to where you're going to see a much larger amount of free cash flow come in. It is a very positive,
Thank you.
It's a very positive, exciting story. Thanks, Doug.
The next question comes from Betty Jiang of Barclays.
Hi, good morning. We're seeing an increasing number of resource-rich governments looking for partners to accelerate the development of their resources. And as Neil said earlier, Exxon's track record just really positioning you guys as a partner of choice. I imagine these are large-scale, long-duration resources, but can also come with different set of risks. How do you evaluate these opportunities for Exxon and their competitiveness relative to what you already have in the portfolio?
Sure. Good morning, Betty. I'll take that and then see if Neil wants to add anything to it. So I'd come back to the fundamental investment thesis that we have across all of our businesses is the projects that we pursue and ultimately advanced have to have an advantage versus what others in the industry can do. We have to be able to drive the cost of supply, to the far left of the cost curve, so that the supply cost curve, so that we know, irrespective of where the market goes and the ups and downs and prices and margins, that we'll have investments that generate above industry returns. And that's been the philosophy across every business that we have and all the projects that we evaluate. And the results of that are manifesting themselves today in all the investments we made over the last 10 years. That's not going to change going forward. And so I'd say first and foremost, as we look at new opportunities, you got to clear that hurdle. Do we bring an advantage? Do we end up with a project that's advantage versus the rest of industry? And is it at a very low cost of supply and therefore generate above industry returns? And I think that's the criteria that all of our businesses are driving towards. And then, of course, when it comes to specific areas and, the country risk associated with those areas, the market tends to decide that. And so our view is, we will generate projects that realize the risk premium associated with any projects in some of those areas consistent with the rest of the market, and then we'll add to that with our advantages. And then the final step is making sure that we manage that risk in the portfolio. One of the advantages of being large and having a very diversified portfolio is we can diversify out of specific risks. So we don't have to bet the farm on any one location or any one place, and we keep a very close eye on the overall exposure of the portfolio and look at how that's developing. And as we make investments, is that portfolio risk changing significantly or not? So that's how we do it. What we've seen today, you see it today with some of the disruption in the Middle East. You saw it several years back with the Russia disruptions, that the portfolio is robust to some of these unexpected events, and that's how we'll manage it.
And Betty, I think you're absolutely right. I think our track record and a recognition of our capabilities certainly is leading us to being the clear partner of choice. And when we talk about that, you look at, being in a capital-intensive business like we are, it's the ability to execute large-scale projects, leverage technology, and then operate at a very high standard and a very high level. And I mean, if you look at just the ability to execute projects, we're doing about twice the number of mega projects in our nearest IOC, and we're doing it up to 20% lower project costs, and our project delivery schedules are 20% faster than industry average. So I think it's, when you look at resource owners, I think there's absolute recognition of that capability, that track record of being able to do those three things really well. And then, as Darren mentioned, I mean, when we look at any opportunity, obviously we look at the terms, but more importantly is, can we bring something unique and different? Can we leverage those competitive advantages to provide an outsized return for our shareholders? So that's kind of how we think about it. But we are in a nice position with resource owners, given what we've been able to accomplish in places like Guyana.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Bob Brackett of Bernstein Research.
Good morning. I'm struck by the combination of lower base volumes on the energy product side amidst record diesel production. That diesel production could be cyclical, you're playing around with set points or whatnot, or it could be structural, and I suspect it's structural. You all will continue to break that diesel production record over time. And sort of a quick follow-up, how did you decide around scheduled maintenance and choices around deferring scheduled maintenance and maybe grabbing opportunistically some better product prices?
Yeah, good morning, Bob. I think, one of the things you hit on is this drive we've had across our portfolio to continue to high grade the bottom of the barrel, the low value molecules into higher value molecules. And distillate obviously is one of the higher value in demand molecules that come out of our refineries. So if you look at what we've been doing, over the last 10 years with investments in, Antwerp, investments in Rotterdam, the investments that we've made in Singapore to upgrade these low-value molecules, and as a result, get more distillate out. That is a continuing focus. And in fact, we have a number of projects in development and slated for what we're doing in the Gulf Coast to continue that trend and to continue to grow distillate jet and base stock production. So that is a clear theme, and it makes our refineries, frankly, lower cost suppliers and higher margin facilities, which is a clear focus. If you look at just what we've accomplished here in the last 3 years, our global throughput is up 11%, and the production of jet and diesel is up by 15%. So it is reflective of the work that we've been doing. Anything to add to that?
Yeah, and Bob, I'm not sure what time frame you're looking at, but certainly there's an impact from planned maintenance and turnarounds in the quarter, and there's a number of scheduled maintenance activities that we have completed this year, and that's had an impact obviously on volumes, and we've done everything we can certainly to consider the current refining and margin environment. If we can safely defer some of that, that's certainly been part of the consideration, and I think why you're seeing such strong performance on utilization. I would just say though, and I think it's back to the benefits of the centralized organization with global operations. The turnarounds we have completed this year, what we've seen relative to the last time we did a similar turnaround or in the previous cycle, we've seen a 30% improvement in cost and a 60% improvement in duration. So harder to see, but that certainly helps us to ensure we're not leaving anything on the table in this type of environment, is when we do execute those turnarounds, we're executing them at leading edge, certainly in the first quartile.
Very clear, thanks.
The next question comes from Biraj Borkhataria with RBC.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. It's on the downstream, and Darren, you've been vocal about EU policy in the past and some comments today as well. I don't want to get into the debate on that. I think we share the same view, but as of yesterday, one European country approved windfall taxes effectively on the downstream, and given what's happened to oil product prices and refining margins, it seems like this will be a growing theme. You've got, 850,000 barrels a day of refining between UK and Europe. So I was wondering, I assume you've been in contact with the policymakers, but have you had any discussions on this topic, and, how likely do you think that these will be put in place? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Biraj. I think, there's a huge temptation all around the world to deflect attention to the bad policies that governments have been implementing over time and scapegoat the industry. And, the reality is we saw a long time ago with the emphasis that Europe has been putting on, frankly, deindustrializing their economy and shutting down refineries, that there would come a point in time when they would be short product. And we see that today. And so anytime you get into an environment where demand spikes and there's a shortage of supply versus demand and it's trying to be met, that refinery margins will rise, and those who've stayed in that business and tried to improve that business to be successful across the cycle will make money. Penalizing the businesses who've stood by those countries and provided that product going forward is very short-sighted, and leads us from the past windfall profit tax to invest even less. So we canceled investments that we had planned for Europe based on the last time they passed a windfall profits tax, and in fact we're suing the EU because we don't think that's a legal taking for the industry. I think the discussions I've been having with many of the leaders there recognize the problem with that approach and the consequences, the unintended consequences of that approach. So they're sensitive to it. I'm not sure that's going to keep them from trying to address concerns of their base, but we'll have to see if any of that actually manifests itself in real policy and regulation. If it is, it's just another great example of misguided policy that ultimately is going to inflict more higher cost and lower standards of living on their population. And I hope at some point in time that the European population wakes up to the very poor policy decisions being made there.
Very fair. Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Jean Ann Salisbury with Bank of America.
Hi, good morning. There are many gas pipelines coming on in the Permian starting now. A lot of investors, including us, think that it could lead to a shift to materially more gas and NGL growth out of the Permian as operators are no longer making decisions around constraining their gas to oil ratio. As the largest operator in the Permian, do you anticipate your gas volumes or gas to oil ratio in the Permian will inflect as a result of the new pipe?
Good morning, Jean. And we have a very similar assessment as you do with respect to the balances on piping, and that market will now clear and we won't see the disconnects that we've historically seen. My sense of things is, and I can't speak for the entire industry, but as we're developing wells, we're looking at the economics, and there's a clear incentive to have higher oil production. I think that's been, I'd say, a general trend within the industry. As you look at economically maximizing the value of every well, you want more oil and less gas, given the constraints in the gas market. And I think that's not going to change. My sense would be you get more into, if you've got the takeaway capacity, it just opens up your ability to produce more oil, and the gas then comes with it. And so we may see some additional gas come onto the marketplace associated with that. But the real driver will be unconstrained takeaway capacity and maximizing oil production.
That makes sense. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
The next question comes from Jason Gableman of TD Cowen.
Hey, morning. Thanks for taking my question. I wanted to go back to the Middle East footprint, and specifically on the LNG side. I think you have over 2/3 of your LNG portfolio primarily in Qatar. And as you assess the changing risk profile in that region, are you looking to either accelerate LNG projects into your queue to help diversify away from the Middle East? Are you evaluating more closely external opportunities, or do you feel pretty comfortable with your LNG risk exposure? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. I guess I'd start by just saying we're not extrapolating current events to kind of a long-term change in the stability of the region. As I said earlier in the call, ultimately the world has to resolve the conflict there and get to a stable situation where those critical resources in the region find a way to the market in a reliable way. And so I think ultimately there's a solution that the world will arrive at. I couldn't tell you exactly when or what it's going to look like, but those resources are just too critical to the overall economic health of the world for them to stay offline or for them to be unstable. And so I would say that's generally how we think about it. If you look at our portfolio of opportunities in LNG, it has through the opportunity set that we have, diversifying our production away from the Middle East just based on where the opportunity set is. And so Mozambique, we hope to FID that project, excuse me, later this year. We've got Papua and Papua New Guinea that we look to FID later this year. We've got Golden Pass coming on. So I think continue to see opportunities and very large opportunities that are on the left-hand side of the cost of supply curve coming online. So that's going to achieve some diversification. But I would also tell you that, as we continue to look for future opportunities, given the important role that natural gas is going to play, we won't shy away from the region.
Great. Thanks for the color, Darren.
You bet. Thank you.
The next question comes from Manav Gupta of UBS.
Good morning. I wanted to go a little bit into specialty products. What's the margin environment looking like? Because, lubes are extremely tight right now. Lubes margin are uniquely high, and you do have a strong base stocks business. And then also wanted to understand how Mobil 1 is tracking, and any further updates you can give us on Proxima, how the traction with new clients is going on Proxima. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Manav. Well, I'd say the specialty business is no different than any other sector business that we have, which is significant supply disruptions, significant challenges with meeting the base demand. And base stock is clearly where it starts, particularly given the importance of Middle Eastern crude with respect to base stock production. And so one of the advantages that we've had is with the investments that we've made both in Singapore and in Rotterdam, the synthetic base stocks that we can make open up the crude slate and give us opportunities to make base stocks with less dependence on Middle East crudes versus some of the more traditional extraction methods. So I think we've more robust to that disruption, but clearly the market is tight. We're leaning in as hard as we can with respect to the base stock production, and we're seeing the benefits of that with the high earnings that we've made in specialty products. We're also quite advantaged with respect to the value chain that we participate in and being part of base stocks, obviously running the refineries, running the base stock productions, running that base stock marketing business and then down to finished lubes, coupled with the technology organization that we have. A lot of work the organization's been doing around reformulating to kind of find ways with the available molecules that are out there to meet customer demand, and we've been very successful with that. So that ability to respond to the constraints and the challenges and find better ways to continue to meet customer demand is paying off as well. And so I think we see the business that we've established there and our participation along that entire value chain really paying off this quarter. And our expectation is as that strait remains constrained, we'll continue to see a big benefit in our specialty businesses for having that integrated approach to running that business. With respect to Proxima, I would just say, we're progressing the investments to expand capacity. Like what we're seeing there, the size of that market is huge, and all the applications that we've been testing and the work we've been doing continues to demonstrate a very high value and use for our customer base. So we've got the 35,000 KT expansion, 35 KTA expansion that's come online, and then we've FID'd the next large step in our Proxima blending plant earlier this year. And so we see a big opportunity. It'll take time to kind of realize that opportunity because you're obviously starting a brand new market, a brand new product for some very attractive markets, but we see, again, the customer feedback says there's high demand for that, and it'll just take time to penetrate, but we see a long-term attractive potential here.
And maybe just go back to specialty products. I think for the reasons cited, the investments that we've made, including the Resid upgrade project in Singapore last year, which allows us to continue to grow high-value products. For that business, specialty products, it was a record earnings for the quarter, and it's also record earnings for the first half of this year. And so, again, that just demonstrates prices certainly were supportive, but it's all about those advantaged investments we're making. The focus on growing high-value products is clearly yielding very strong results for specialty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Sam Margolin of Wells Fargo.
Good morning. Thanks for the question. This is on the structural cost savings. You've made tremendous progress, but you have been fighting inflation, and it looks like there's some environmental drivers that are potentially adding some more friction. Can you talk a little bit about the way that the mix shift in your portfolio and the development of major projects and the life cycle that you're at today might influence this cost out progress? It feels like as you enter these new phases, a free cash flow sort of oriented phase in Guyana, and you bring on fewer developments at a time simultaneously, there may be some levers to offset the inflation impact. But in any case, would just love your thoughts on that whole trend. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for the question, and good morning. I would just say, maybe just step back and talk a little bit about the philosophy that we started back in 2018, which was we knew we wanted to grow the business. We wanted to make these investments and recognize that as we did that as you start new facilities, bring new projects online, that you incur more operating expense, and as you develop new products to go into new markets, you're spending money on R&D and basically incurring more operating expense. So we recognize the path to growth meant additional operating expenses, and the challenge that we gave ourselves in the organization was to recognizing we needed to do that to grow earnings and cash flow, that we had to find a way to offset that cost, and we weren't going to let our expenses rise. And the only way to do that is start figuring out structural cost savings and driving structural cost out of the business to make room for the additional spend that we knew would come for doing high value, accretive projects in product development. And that's exactly what we've been doing. And so the cost savings have come, I'd say, primarily through the transformation we've been driving into the business and creating the value chain, giving organizations a clearer line of sight and more direct accountability for end-to-end profitability. That puts a very high focus on operating expenses. The synergies that we're capturing through the consolidations that we're making in the centralized organizations are driving huge value and cost reductions. And I would tell you, we just announced on July 1st the formation or the completion of our global operations organization, where for the first time in the company's history, we have all of our operations in one organization, which again will open up opportunities to identify efficiencies that have been implemented in some parts of our portfolio, but haven't been spread across the whole. So we've got a long ways to go on, I think, structural efficiencies, and that's not even bringing into account the ERP system that we're developing, which I think, again, will unlock a lot of opportunities. So our job is to keep driving down these structural costs to make room for the additional expense that comes from growth. We don't limit, frankly, our growth or the projects that we pursue based on trying to meet an artificial overall cost target. We have a very clear and separate objective on growth and a focus on cost and cost efficiency, and that continues, I think, to play out very well. In fact, I think if you look at our cash cost from last year versus this year, and ignore production taxes and energy prices, we're basically holding cash costs flat. So we're basically offsetting the inflation that's out there, and that's the objective here.
Yeah, maybe just additional point on that, Darren, just to demonstrate the progress that we've made. Darren mentioned the year-over-year comparison, but if you took our cash expenses this year and you just annualized it, our cash OPEX would look even with 2019. And again, that's with all the growth that we've had. You mentioned the inflationary impacts. I think it just demonstrates the hard work and the focus that we have on removing costs across the enterprise. And that's regardless of the market conditions. That's regardless of how much we make in a specific quarter. And it also, as Darren mentioned, demonstrates the power of the model that we have. And again, we're at 16.3 cumulative Year to date, we plan to get to 20 billion by 2030. So again, really good progress. And it's pretty impressive to see how we've been able to offset some of the impacts that you mentioned, Sam.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question. Our final question will be from John Royal of Piper Sandler.
Good morning. Thanks for taking my question. So we've seen some news flow over the past couple of months about talks of an expansion of the Kashagan project in Kazakhstan. I was hoping maybe for some thoughts on where you are in those discussions and what a project could ultimately look like there.
Yeah, good morning, John. Thanks for the question. I would say, obviously a huge opportunity, we think, in Kazakhstan to optimize what's been going on there and to help the government achieve its objectives of growing production, growing the benefit of their natural resources for the benefit of the Kazakh government and the people of Kazakhstan. But we're very early in those conversations. I think many of the companies involved in the business there are engaged in discussions. We've got some hurdles to clear and some short-term issues with the government, and then continuing to look longer-term around the different options available to the industry broadly and more specifically to Exxon Mobil in terms of what we can bring to bear to help achieve ultimately the government's ambition of growing production there and growing their revenues. But I would say it's we're too early in that process to give you much detail on that.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, John. And thanks, everyone, for joining this call. Thanks for your questions. We're going to post the transcript of the call to the investor section of our website by early next week. And
I can do it right now. Is that it? Okay, done. There is the Exxon Mobil earnings, and they want the transcript. Ask me, I can post it right now. Anyway, next week. It was done all week. It was done live during it. Okay, guys, there's the end of Exxon Mobil. Now things get serious. Now things get as serious as they possibly get. It's all about SpaceX and the market crashing, me getting margin called, people losing everything and making millions, billions, trillions. So which side of it are you going to be on? Well, time will now tell. Let's go back to SpaceX. I just bought some more. That's Virgin Galactic. I meant to go into SpaceX. There we go. I just bought some more right at the bottom of there. Well, not at the bottom of there, actually. I think it was 111. What was my latest? Anyway, it was my all-time low anyway. Right. Let's get ready. Huge now time ahead of us. We've got half an hour to go before we go to our special Discord event, stage event. We're planning trades, we're planning our exit plan, how we get out, how we survive, what's likely to happen with the margin call, what's likely to happen with the unlocks, the earnings, everything. We're going to be on it all weekend. It's going to be the biggest event ever on our channel. It's going to be the biggest event in the stock market, so it needs to be the biggest event in on our show as well. So, in half an hour, we'll be live on Discord. Now, this weekend, me and Sensei are working very closely together to put together the SpaceX book. How you can survive it, what's likely to happen, what's the odds of it going down. We're answering all your questions. We are all over it, okay? So, look out for that event. I'm about to have a meeting in a minute with Sensei. And, Rob's is donating another 10 memberships. Look at this, folks. He's number one now, our biggest gifter of all time. Just behind is 1970 Buckley, and in third place we have Vince Bango. Our top gifters, supporters.
I can't believe this.
Supporters of all of you, of all time. Here they are. Here is Rob's 1993. Just gifted 10 memberships. Now take advantage of this, because if you upgrade now to Electrum, okay, you get a 30% discount and a price freeze right now. No price increase ever. If you buy a membership now, it's that price for the rest of your life.
I can't
Never goes
believe
up.
this.
No inflation, nothing. Okay? We've just won Best Award from YouTube again, 5 years in a row. So if you grab it now, you've just been given a membership from Rob's. If you go to the YouTube membership page and upgrade to Electrum, you're going to get all of my trades 24/7, all the stage events on YouTube. I
can't believe this.
The free stock analysis, you name it, it's all coming to you. Anyway, let's focus. So first thing we got to do is every month on the first of the month, the first show day on the month, which is the Monday, we bring out a new t-shirt from our shop, martynlucasshop.com. All right.
I can't believe
we bring out a new t-shirt. It sells out in 5 minutes every single time. There is the link in the chat. Have I put it in? Did it work? My gosh, I can't even see it. There's so much going. I can't even see it because the chat is going so fast. Did that come through? Yes, it did. Bloody hell, the chat is going nuts. So anyway.
I can't believe this.
We can believe it. Lots of members coming in today. So on Monday, a new one gets released for September. Now, you pre-order it and you could put your name on it. It's $5. We're on series, this would be the third one, series number 3, episode 3, series 3, whatever. And on Monday, you can put your name on it. It's $5 super chat and you get your $5 back. So it's free, essentially. You get your name on the t-shirt, okay? Now, what we're going to do now is vote on the t-shirt that comes out on Monday. On Monday, there are 72 named on the back of the t-shirt, all ready to go. What's on the front? It's going to have my logo, the license official logo. It's going to have my signature signed across the logo, and it's going to have the phrase. Now, these catchphrases are my catchphrases. They're there they're designed to help you, encourage you, support you, make you feel good, keep you positive when you're feeling down. This uplifts you. You're part of the Lucasade family. It's a fun, exciting thing. And the idea is a positive message to make you feel better about yourself. Okay? Keep you focused. So, if you didn't get chance to get your name on it, and the names go in 5 minutes, it's the first 72, and it will go live on Monday for the September t-shirt. If you didn't get your name on it, you wasn't lucky enough to get your name on it, you can buy a blank one. Not literally blank. There's no names on the back, but on the front is the logo and the phrase. And you get a couple of dollars off because we don't print the back. Okay? So you can get that. So for everybody else, you can get if you want to collect the series, and on Monday, you'll be able to buy the first one as well, which was Take Care of Yourselves and Each Other. All right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to vote on the next t-shirt. This is the one that gets printed this weekend and comes out on Monday. Now, these are the shortlisted phrase. And what we're going to do is we're going to play World Cup football. Okay? And we're going to knock out, quarterfinal, semi-final, and final. So these are the options. 1-on-1. And in fact, I'll do it straight away. Start a poll. So here we go. 1-on-1 plus 1-on-1 equal 1 plus 1 equals 2. All right, so I'm putting these in now. There's 4 options, and we're going to kick out the 2 lowest. Here is Absolutely Marvelous. I use that one a lot.
At diesel_Ada tip 99 cents.
Absolutely Marvelous. Or actually say Absolutely Bloody Marvelous, but Absolutely Marvelous was the suggestion. Add option. Living the dream because you can. The bottom 2 will go out. All right, the bottom 2 will go out. And the last one is, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. These are all my phrases. These will help you, encourage you, keep you focused, and so on and so forth. So here we go. Now you can vote now, and the bottom 2 will be gone. The bottom 2 get kicked out. You ready? Now, this one is, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. I've just got to shorten it because it won't fit in. But you will know It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. It's because it's too long. Just remember that. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. It's been shortened down. Okay, start the poll. Here we go. The bottom two get kicked out. What will be on the T-shirt? This is the knockout stages of the World Cup. Here we go. The knockout stages of the World Cup. The bottom two will go. Everybody vote. Now, we're going to go members only. This is a members only thing. We're going to switch now. Let's switch to members only. Here we go. Save. Stream settings. Save. Okay, that's all done. Members only mode now. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at the poll. We've got, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it right out in front. Living the dream because you can. And behind that is absolutely marvelous. And 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, so the two bottom ones are going to go out. You've got 30 seconds to vote. We've had 34 votes. There's 72 people who have their name on the back of the shirt. All right, on the front of the shirt, we're kicking out 2 here. This is the knockout stages of the World Cup. What's it going to be? Oh, 1 + 1 = 2 is coming up now. We've got a clear favourite of it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. But it looks like absolutely marvellous has gone. Or it's neck and neck between living the dream because you can and 1 + 1 = 2. Right, we're going to count down 10, 9, and I'm going to end the poll. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. It's done. It's done. Right, so we've got it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it with 51%. Living the dream because you can, 21%. 1 + 1, 17% is gone. And absolutely marvellous is gone. So there you go. The first two I read out have already gone. There you go. Knockout stages of the World Cup. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay. Now then, we move on to the next ones. When it's time to buy, you won't want to. When it's time to buy, you won't want to. Now, if you are behind the stream, click on the cogs, go fast forward and catch up. Go 2-speed, catch up, because you're missing all this. If you've got buffered, you're behind. Click on the cogs, speed yourself up, make sure that you're live, or just press the live button, and then still do the cogs. All right, so here we go. Poll number 2. The next knockout stages of the World Cup. Here we go. Start a poll. When it's time to buy, you won't want to. I've got to shorten it a little bit, but you know what I mean. Okay. Show me the money. Show me the money. These are all meant to keep you focused, keep you on track, motivate you. That's what these are. They're collector's T-shirts. Everyone gets their name on the back, except the first 72 people do anyway. Add the next one. If you don't use tax lots, you're just a bloody idiot. Oh, God. All right. This is number 3. Again, it won't show the whole thing. If you don't use tax lots, you're a bloody idiot. Okay? And buying with conviction. Buying with conviction. All right. The second round of the World Cup. Here we go. The second round of the World Cup starts now. There you go. So, in the poll, we have, when it's time to buy, you won't want to. Show me the money. If you don't use tax lots, well, you're a bloody idiot. Well, then you're just a bloody idiot, okay? buying with conviction. Now, it hasn't got the whole phrase on it because it's too long. All right? If you don't use tax lots, you are a bloody idiot. Okay? Can I give you 30 seconds? Make sure you've tapped the cogs and you fast forwarded and wound and put it forward so you know you're in the right place. Okay? Here we go. The bottom two will go out and we'll go around and on to the next round. We're kicking out 2 each time, and then we'll have the quarterfinal, semi-final, and the final for the new T-shirt for August. It comes out on Monday. It'll be designed this weekend. Right? These are all phrases to do with now. Motivate you, keep you optimistic, focused. Right? Oh, this is tight. This is tight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. End the poll. And buying with confidence was top. Show me the money is number 2. If you don't use tax lots, you're a bloody idiot as gone. And when it's time to buy, you won't want to. Hang on. When it's time to buy, yes. If you don't use tax lots, you're a bloody idiot. And when it's time to buy, you won't want to. Gone. The list is getting shorter. All right. Now then. Round 3. Number 1. Always selling lots. Always selling lots. Number 2, beating the market again. Beating the market again. If it doesn't fit on, you know, no, it does. That one does fit on. Beating the market again. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. These are all the phrases, positive messages of being an investor. Be the change you want to see. And standing on the moon. Standing on the moon. Remember, these phrases might come with an image as well. All right? So standing on the moon, be the change you want to see, beating the market again, always selling lots. Vote for your favorite. Vote for your favorite. The bottom 2 will be kicked out, and then we'll be round 3, 4, and then it'll be the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Here we go. Start the poll. The bottom 2 will go out. The bottom 2 will go out. Give you a minute. No more than that. Here we go. Tax lots beat show me the money by 1%.
At Diesel_Ada tipped $1.99.
I don't understand what you mean.
Super chat. Martyn, tax lots beat show me the money by 1%.
It's done now. It's done now, Diesel. I can't go back over it. It's done now. I'm not going to change it. We are where we are. Okay. So here we go. I've got the verified poll in front of me, so you may be a second behind. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll now. There it is. Okay, the next one is beating the market again, 46%. Standing on the moon, 28%. Be the change you want to see is gone. Be the change you want to see is gone. And always selling lots, gone. Always selling lots is gone. Okay, there's the bottom 2, gone. All right. This could be the last round now, and then we have the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final. Here we go. So let's do it now. Start a poll. Here we go. And the poll will start with, they play checkers, we play chess. They play checkers, we play chess. All right. They play checkers, we play chess. Always watching. Always watching. Always watching. Okay. One of my phrases keeps you focused. Scared money makes no money. Scared money makes no money. Make sure that you've clicked the cogs, you're up to date, double speed. Make sure that you're live. If you're behind the time, you'll miss it. Time for another stock review. Time for another stock review. Okay. Here it comes. Start the poll. 1 minute. Okay, here we go. Time for another stock review. So what have we got? The bottom, vote for your favorites. The top two go out. They play checkers, we play chess. They play checkers, we play chess. Always watching. Scared money makes no money, and time for another stock review. Now, at the last show of the month, we do this to bring you the T-shirt for the first day of the month, which will be on Monday. It's the first day we're back. All right? And every month, there's a new T-shirt out. It sells out in the first seconds every single time. 72 names can go on the back. $5 super chat gets your name on the back. You then get your $5 back with a little coupon to get your $5 back when you buy the T-shirt. Everybody else who doesn't get the name on it can buy a blank one. They can buy the phrase on the front with the logo, with the signed signature, with the license tag in the back. So it's an authentic licensed product with our own washing instructions. It's amazing. Every product is licensed, it's collectible, and all sizes, all colors, and ladies' sizes as well. And on Monday, this T-shirt that we're doing now comes out, and you pre-order September's one. And the moment I say go on Monday, 72, it's the first 72 people who do a $5 super chat, get their name on it. And I'll tell you all the instructions before you do it, and it will go within seconds. And then this happens every month. All right? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. End the poll. Okay. This is the next round of the World Cup. So, top spot, scared money makes no money, 41%. Play checkers, we play chess, 36%. But what's going home is always watching. That is going home. That goes home. Then we have time for another stock review. It's gone. Time for another stock review is gone. There you go. We've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're into the quarterfinals now. Okay. So here we go again. Quarterfinals of the World Cup. What will be the next T-shirt comes out on Monday? Here we go. Start a poll. Flipping rubbish. Flipping rubbish. That gets voted on for the very first time. But it's going to go up now against the first round winners. That's the wild card. Flipping rubbish. Living the dream because you can. Living the dream because you can. This is the quarterfinal now of the World Cup. For a T-shirt that will go all around the world. People send in pictures all over the world. If you take pictures of it, send it in. It goes on the show. Living the dream because you can. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. It won't fit the whole thing on. On the T-shirt it will, but in the poll, it doesn't fit it on. Okay? The hard part is to keep it. So remember, you are voting on, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. It will be on the T-shirt. I just can't fit it on here. And show me the money. This is the quarterfinal of the World Cup. Literally for a T-shirt that will go all around the world. 72, no more. It's a collect. There's only 72 every month. That's it, with the names on the back. It's a collector's piece. Are you going to get your name on number 3 on Monday? Here we go. Start the vote. You got 1 minute from now. Here it comes. Okay. Here we go. The poll begins. Straight into the lead. We have a winner. We have a clear. It's easy to make money, the hard part. Oops. Oh, it's moving around. We're getting about 43 votes every time. So nearly everybody who's got their name on the T-shirt is voting. Not everybody's here, but about 43 votes a time. There's 72 names on the T-shirt. So here we go. We got a clear winner so far. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Show me the money is second place. Living the dream because you can is in third. I won't tell you until the end. You can see it yourself, right? Okay. It's moving around quite a bit. 10, 9, 8. The bottom 2 go out. Vote for your favorite. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. End the poll. The bottom 2 go home. First to leave in the quarterfinal of the World Cup is Flipping Rubbish is gone with 13%. Flipping Rubbish is gone. And also at the bottom vote, also 13%, Living the Dream because you can has gone. Next quarterfinal. Next quarterfinal. So, here we go. Buying with conviction. Second quarterfinal of the World Cup. Here we go. Start a poll. Drop it in. Buying with conviction. Beating the market again. Beating the market again. Standing on the moon. Standing on the moon. This will come with the 72 names on the back, the logo, the signed autograph, and of course the license logo inside on the washing instructions. Standing on the moon. They play checkers. We play chess. They play checkers. We play chess. Start the poll. Go. Here we go. So let's have a look. You're voting for your favorite. The bottom 2 go out. This is the second quarterfinal. Okay. We're getting about 40 votes every time, which is 3/4 of the people that ordered their T-shirt are here to vote on what they want. So we'll get to about 40 votes, 34 votes. $34 votes. So there's a little light. We're getting to 40 each time. Don't forget to click the cogs and fast forward yourself. Make sure you're up to date. Otherwise, you're behind the show. 37 votes. Okay, here we go. We're going to count you down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. 40 votes. There we go. End the poll. So, buying with conviction, 28%. Equal with beating the market, again, 28%. But standing on the moon with 24% is gone. It's going home, kicked out of the World Cup in the quarterfinal. Nearly made the semi-final. Never mind. And they play checkers, we play chess, as gone. Going home. We are now left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the semi-final of the World Cup. The semi-final of the World Cup. Scared money makes no money. The semi-final of the World Cup. What's it going to be on the T-shirt number 2 in the series? Scared money. Whoops. Scared money makes no money. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. These are the phrases I use on the show. I've got to shorten it a little bit, but it will be the full thing on the T-shirt. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Show me the money. Show me the money. This is the semi-final of the World Cup. Here we go. Discord after this. Yep. Show me the money. Buying with conviction. Buying with conviction. Semi-final of the World Cup. Here we go. Start a poll. Bottom 2 go out. Vote for your favourites. Bottom 2 go out of the semi-final of the World Cup. Who's going to make the final? Here we go. We need 40 votes. That's what we're getting every time now. 72 people have their name on the T-shirt. Not everybody's here, but 3/4 of you are. So here we go. 24. We need 40 votes. Well, we don't. I can end it whenever I want, but that's when we're going to see if we can get to 40 votes. $29 votes. 31 votes. 32 votes. It's about 40 every time. Going to count you down from 10 seconds. We're at 32. Discord after this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with 36 votes. 36 votes, all in the last couple of seconds. Oh, yeah, 36. 3, 2, 1. End the poll now. End the poll now. Okay, a clear winner. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. That dropped men massively to scared money makes no money. But show me the money. Show me the money is gone. Show me the money is gone. Equal 17%. And then buying with conviction is gone. Okay. So here we go. We have 3 left. Only 1 can make it on to the T-shirt. This is the final of the World Cup. Here we go. The final of the World Cup to be on the T-shirt for August. You can order September's one on Monday as well. 72 names. Everybody else can buy a blank one. It will sell out in the first minute. Straight away. Here it comes for your collector's piece. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. With 72 names on the back, everybody else could have a blank one if you want to get another one without the names on it. Okay? It's a couple of bucks cheaper because we're not printing the back. So you get a little discount and you can buy it without the name on the front. Okay? Sorry, without your name on the back. If you get your name on the back, you get your $5 back as well. So it's free to put your name on the back. All right? Be in the market again. Beating the market again. And scared money makes no money. These are phrases that we use to inspire, educate, teach, help you. Things that you hear on the show. So it's a collector's thing. Are you ready? This will be on the T-shirt on Monday. It'll be created over the weekend. You can get it on Monday. And on Monday when it comes out, I will give you the chance to put your name on the back of the next T-shirt in September. So here we go. 72 people got the name on it. Are we going to get 40 votes? 3/4 of the people that are here today to vote on it. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. I've had to shorten it to fit on the poll, but it will be the whole phrase on the t-shirt. Beating the market again, and scared money makes no money. Are you ready? Pick your favorite. The favorite, the highest one, goes on the t-shirt on Monday. The World Cup final for a t-shirt that will go to 76 countries around the world. Already we're seeing them on eBay. People are selling them for a profit. I've seen two, literally. Right, it's really funny. Okay, so here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. What is going to be on the t-shirt this time for September? So, out in the lead, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it with 65 votes, 62 votes. Catching up now, we've got scared money makes no money, 15%. Beating the market, again, is 19%. We have a clear winner, but they're catching up now. Beating the market is now 23%. Scared money makes 19%. It's easy to make money as 57% with 40 votes. Oh my God, 40 votes in seconds. Everyone has voted that can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End the poll. We have a winner. The winner is for number 2 in the series of 1 million, because there'll be 1 million t-shirts. The winner is, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. I love it. There it is. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Okay, folks, there it is. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. There it is. Now, we're going to go over to Discord right now. So what's going to happen is this. I'm going to design a t-shirt, all colors, all sizes, ladies styles, men's styles, because we've got ladies going, I want to have styles. It will be on a t-shirt. We'll also, as a bonus, put it on a hoodie. And as an extra bonus, it'll go on a mug as well. How about it? How about that? So on Monday, it comes out, limited edition, only 72. The names, once they're gone, they're gone. Everyone's got their name on it. And then we release the blank one as well. So if you want to get a blank one, you can. And we'll have the number 1. If you want to get the series, number 1, there'll be a discount if you buy 2. So if you buy 2 together, everyone who buys a t-shirt with their name on it, all right, you get $5 back. So you get a $5 back on it. Those that want the blank one with just the logo and the design and the blank back, it's a couple of bucks cheaper because there is no printing on the back. And it will be shipped to you within days. Normally, a lot of people were getting them within a couple of days. Some people took about 4 or 5 days, but majority of you were getting them within a couple of days. I think most people will agree to that. So really, really good. As fast as bloody Amazon. We're on it like a car bonnet. And on Monday, we will announce the one for September. 72 names, $5 super chat. It's first come, first serve. We'll count down 72 names. Once it's done, it's done. You can't get your name. There's not 73. There's 72. That's it. And then you can get a blank one if you miss it, right? If you want to bid higher than $5, you go at the top of the t-shirt in order. So whoever does the highest goes at the top. All right? And they will go at the top. Okay? Very, very good. All right. That's it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Discord because we're going to be preparing a big event for you over the weekend and on Monday for SpaceX. It's going to wipe some people out. It could wipe me out. I could lose everything by Monday. I could. It's possible. I've got every exit planned and strategy planned, but it could happen. It absolutely could. So let's set up the Discord event. It's a few minutes late because of our poll today, but that's okay. I don't think anyone minds because everyone's here anyway. Right. Let me have a little look. Events. Set up the event. Create an event. Stage channel. Pro event. Yep, for pro members. Are you ready. Okay. I'll make it 10:15 Central, 11:15 Eastern, basically in 10 minutes from now, not 8 minutes from now. Okay, are you ready? Upload that. Create that, create event, and copy the link. Copy the link, drop it in announcements channel. There is the live event. Publish, confirm. Okay, right, we're all set. So what we're going to do now is we've got replays on SpaceX running now on the extra channel. So I'm going to give everyone the link to the extra channel right now. If you want to support the channel and you want to catch up with what you missed, there is the extra channel live right now. Let me put it at the top. Live now on extra. If you are a Lucas A Discordian and you want to help us grow to 1 billion subscribers, this is how we'll do it, by being live 24 hours a day. This is a replay of what you just missed, live now on extra. Let me pin that to the top. It will take you there automatically. I think we're good. Yep. Let me make sure we got the settings right. Edit. Customization. Yep, we're all good. Okay, guys. I'll see you over on Discord 1:15. Everybody else, I'll see you on Discord, on Extra. Live chat, live support. It's a restream of what you just missed, but it is the live chat. Okay, and it's free to watch, free to listen. If you want to chat 24 hours a day with our members, it's 99 cents. Locks in. There's a price lock on it. So once you buy it, it never goes up in price, and you have it for the rest of your life at 99 cents. It will never, ever change. All right? That is locked in for you right now. Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you on Discord in 10 minutes. See you on Extra. And let's get ready for a huge weekend, like the biggest ever. Am I going to $2 million, or am I going to lose everything? On Monday, you'll find out, okay? I mean, literally, you can't hide it now. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.